Hi, and welcome everybody to the Winner's Circle Sports Betting Channel. You're watching the Winner's Circle Sports Betting Podcast. And I am joined today. I'm Ross Benjamin, by the way. I'm joined today by Jesse Schule. And it's a leap year. And that means once every 4 years, I'm able to say today is the 29th of February. And what better guy to bring on in a leap year than Mr. Schule himself? How are you, Jesse?
I'm doing great. I'm honored to be filling in for Doug today, and I hope Doug gets back to 100% and gets back on the show next week.
Yeah, a lot of you out there have asked about Doug, and we appreciate that, and I'm sure that Doug appreciates it the most. And, he'll be getting – I talked to his wife yesterday. He's still hospitalized. He's scheduled to get out tonight. It was a 4-hour operation, and without getting into detail, it was a major surgery. So we wish him well, and we hope that he gets a speedy recovery and he gets back to us soon. But first and foremost, I should say, is his health recovers and he can get back to normal, because he's one hell of a guy and we miss him. But Jesse's a good fill-in for today, and Jesse's good every day. Tell him how good you are every day, Jesse.
Yeah, I mean, we had the big play on the South Carolina Gamecocks last night. We were getting 4.5 points, but we didn't need any of them because the Gamecocks held on and won the game. And yeah, we're doing pretty damn good with college hoops the last 30 days or the entire season. I think last I checked, I think I was number one on the site with college basketball. And given the big names that you have on the site, Ross, that's a pretty big accomplishment.
Yeah, we have some very good names, and you're right. Anytime you could post yourself on top of the leaderboards. Jesse's actually over the last 7 days at gamblersworld.net, which is our sponsor site, folks. Jesse is 10-4, so that's good for number one on the site. Yours truly is number 2 over the last 7 days. Jesse's number 1 over the last 30 days, 44-26, 63%, folks, over the last 30 days. And not only that, over the last 60 days, Jesse is 96-65, which is 59.6%, just shy of 60%. And since the site's inception, Jesse's also number 1, as he's up $1,468 based on $100 per unit. And I ranked number 3, Kyle Hunter number 2 since the site's inception. So Jesse's on top of all the leaderboards. What'd you say, college basketball? Jesse, might as well get that in there. Jesse 4-1 his last 5 in college basketball the last 7 days. And overall, Jesse is number 1 at 68-49. So Mr. Schule is cooking right along. Myself, folks, coming off a 3-2 night, not a huge profit, but enough for my 4th consecutive day of making a profit over at gamblersworld.net. More importantly, my college basketball totals just continue to roll. 2-0 last night. That now makes me 78-42 with my last 120 college basketball totals, and that is good for 65%. Last night, I had Providence and Marquette over 150. The game ended 91-69, easy winner, and an easier winner on Minnesota, Illinois, over 155. The game ended 105-97. Also had a winner on the Lakers in the NBA as a 3.5-point dog. The Lakers overcame a 21-point fourth quarter deficit with a little over 10 minutes to go to win that game outright by 4. So very happy with that result, because, when you're down that much, you almost count that as a loser, but that's why they played the entire 48 minutes. Anyway, we're going to be covering both TNT nationally televised games tonight in the NBA. I'll be looking at the Heat and Nuggets, and Jesse will be looking at the Golden State Warriors and the New York Knicks from the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. Just a friendly reminder, folks. Again, our sponsor site, gamblersworld.net, not only myself and Jesse, but 8 other great handicappers there. It's there where we guarantee our picks, which means that if you don't win, you don't make a profit on any single game or multi-game daily package, any subscription plan of 30 days or fewer, we will credit your account back the exact amount of your purchase price. Plus, folks, we have a special right now, college basketball, $3.99 on any handicapper. Will get you the rest of the college basketball season, the finale of the regular season in the power conferences and some of the smaller conferences, conference tournament action, and the NCAA tournament, NIT, and CBI right through each of those championship games. So great value there over at gamblersworld.net. Tomorrow we'll be going live. Myself, Jesse, and Sean will have some extremely attractive packages for March Madness we'll be announcing tomorrow. You don't want to miss that. And you don't want to miss the show because you get your chance to chime in with all your questions and comments. Okay, let's get to the meat and potatoes here. Jesse, two teams going in opposite directions right now. The Golden State Warriors traveling to Madison Square Garden in New York to take on the Knicks. Right now, Golden State is a 4-point favorite, and the total in this game is 223. Take it away, my friend.
Yeah, you said it, Ross. Two teams heading in opposite directions. And the reason for that is the injury to OJ Anunoby. The trade with the Raptors brought him in, and he was an elite defender. It really changed everything for the Knicks. When he arrived, you could see the difference he made. Oh, turn that off. He's now injured, and it's cost them. Without him, they've lost 3 of their last 7. They've only covered in 1 of those 10 games. And they lost some depth when they traded R.J. Barrett and Emmanuel quickly to the Raptors. I got to turn that off.
They want to know who you like in the game tonight, Jesse, and tell them to watch the show.
You know who that is, Ross? That's my dad.
Oh,
and he doesn't have any concept of time zones and when a guy's going to be busy and this and that. But anyways, we're looking at what I'm looking at here is the Warriors need it more. The Warriors are sitting in 10th in the Western Conference, of course, just in that play-in zone. The Knicks are in 4th place in the East. They're a team that's banged up. In addition to the injury to OJ Anunoby, Brunson is questionable. And he's got a bit of a neck issue with some spasms in his neck. We're waiting on news from the morning shoot-around. And once that happens, we'll hear if he can play. If he doesn't play, the line sort of suggests that they're expecting him to play. I mean, I don't expect any movement if he's good to go. If for whatever reason he can't play, this line's going to go up. So you want to get in early. History favors the Warriors. They've won 4 of the last 5 at MSG. They've covered in all 4 of their wins at Madison Square Garden. The Warriors come in as winners of 8 of their last 10, the 2 losses during that span. They lose to Denver and the Clippers. So, in a game that they need to win, and they're catching a Knicks team that's a little banged up and in a bit of a rut, it looks like a great spot to back the Warriors.
Yeah, and New York continues to be without Julius Randle, who's also a key cog offensively, especially for the Knicks, and don't make light of that absence as well. So the Knicks, when they're healthy, they're just as good as just about anybody in the East, with the exception of possibly Boston. But right now, they're a banged-up ball club, and like Jesse said, Golden State really starting to come on. 7-2, 10-2, 11-3 in their last 14 games. So they're starting to gel at the right time. And Jesse Schule said he's going with the team that's going in the right direction, and that's Golden State. And he's taking the Warriors -4 at New York tonight. All right. My game, the Heat at the Denver Nuggets. This is a rematch of last year's NBA Finals in Miami. Boy, oh boy, 6th straight game they'll be playing on the road. This is, and they return home after this contest. But boy, oh boy, what a nice road trip it's been. 5-0 straight up in ATS in their first 5 of those 6 on the road. And not only that, winning by 12.6 points per game. And they were an underdog, Jesse, in 4 of those 5 road games that I'm referring to. Not only that, the Heat has been playing good ball for a while now, above and beyond just this recent road trip, as they've gone 9-2 straight up and 10-1 against the spread in their last 11 games overall. And during those last 11 games, they've been outstanding. allowing just 102 points per game, which is extremely low by modern day NBA standards. Miami also over the last 5. You want to know why they're not allowing a lot of points? Well, they're not allowing teams to get to the free throw line very often. In the last 5 games, opponents against Miami are only averaging 14 free throw attempts per game. And to me, that speaks to the discipline they play with on defense. Not only are they stingy defensively, but they do it without fouling a lot, which is a real rarity in the NBA these days. And Miami offensively, by the way, in this first 5 games of the road trip, has shot 50% from the field and 42.5% from beyond the three-point arc. Not only are they playing real good defense, they're extremely frustrating to play against when they get the lead on you because they play a slower tempo game. Denver's playing pretty good themselves, 4-0 straight up in ATS in the last 4. They did play last night, so let's not make light of that. As they'll be playing with no rest. They're coming off a 117-96 home win against Sacramento. The Nuggets are now 23-5 straight up at home, but just a mediocre 15-13 against the spread in those 28 games. Also, keep in mind the Nuggets, when coming off 3 or more wins in a row, are just 3-11 this year against the spread. And they're being outscored by 2.5 points per game. So something to keep in mind when you're adding up all the evidence, as Jesse likes to say. Again, the Knicks, the Heat will be playing Denver for the first time this season. And I mentioned last year they lost in the NBA Finals to Denver in 5 games. So a little bit a taste of revenge for Miami here. I'm going to go with the Heat. I like the way they're playing right now, Jesse. Plus the 5. I think they're a dangerous dog right now. And they certainly will be up for this matchup at Denver tonight.
Yeah, Ross, I did actually look at this game, and I like the Heat as well, but I prefer to attack it in a bit of a different way. I was looking at their team total, sitting at 104.5. I know that these teams play low-scoring games, but with Denver playing the second game of a back-to-back, if you look at their overall numbers on the season, they're 7-4 in back-to-back situations. But if you look at more recently, they've lost 3 of their last 4 in those situations, and they're sitting in a pretty comfortable spot right now at this time of year. Second game of a back-to-back might be more of a spot where they can sort of relax and not push it. And it is a revenge game for Miami, losing 4-1 in the NBA Finals to this Denver team. Jimmy Butler is back. I like the Heat to keep this game competitive, and 104.5 looked like a low number for Miami's team total to me.
Yeah, especially in light of what I just mentioned. Over the last 5 games, shooting 50% from the field and 42.5% from beyond the 3-point line. So both games go on TNT tonight, nationally televised. So repeating again, Jesse likes the Golden State Warriors -4 at the New York Knicks. I like the Miami Heat plus the 5 at the Denver Nuggets. That's our free picks for Thursday, February 29th. Don't forget, folks, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's absolutely free. There's no strings attached. There's no hidden agenda. And for those of you who have subscribed, we appreciate each and every one of you. But if you have subscribed and you haven't done this, and you are subscribing as a new subscriber right now, I would suggest you go into your YouTube settings and click on the alert notification bell for the Winner's Circle sports betting channel, and you'll be notified immediately upon any of our future podcasts going up on our great channel. And that's 5 times a week, Monday through Friday, folks. So we have a full slate for you every week, 52 weeks out of the year. Jesse, there's a like button right underneath, and if you don't want to do your emphatic smash it, you could use any kind of tone you'd like, my friend.
Smash that like button.
All right, his voice is coming back. Smash that like button. You can touch it, you can tap it, whatever you prefer. We just want you to hit that like button because it's a small token of your appreciation for the work, time, and effort we put in to bringing you a quality podcast and making you a smarter sports bettor today than you were yesterday. Don't forget, we'll be going live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Join us then. You could chime in with all your questions and comments. We'll be announcing a lot of great specials that are coming up for March Madness. You don't want to miss that. And for Jesse Schule and Ross Benjamin, I'd like to wish each and every one of you all the best. Take care and God bless, folks.